Askren 10 times in 2019. There he is, the funky one himself. Did you know that you have been on this program, Ben, 10 times in 2019? I believe that's some kind of record.
I thought it was actually more than that, but yeah, I've made mention of me. Probably should be a co-host for you at this point.
Yeah, well, every time you come on, you boost our ratings, so I'm very thankful. But unlike those other 9 times, each and every time I've reached out to you, I bothered you, about coming on, about gracing us with your presence. This particular time, the 10th time, truth be told, I hope you don't mind that I'm breaking down the fourth wall.
Fair.
You reached out to me this time.
I gave you a call, yeah.
You gave me a call last week, and you said that you wanted to share some news with the world. Yeah. You had something that you wanted to get off your chest. So without further ado, the floor is yours. What do you want to say?
Yeah. Well, I think it's fairly obvious what I'm going to say. I'm retiring from the sport of mixed martial arts, and frankly, I'm retiring from everything. I was thinking about it when we had last talked. Obviously, something I was considering, but I've been having hip problems, and I finally had the discussion with my doctor, and I actually got the MRI before my last fight, and I need a hip replacement. So, man, that's it for me. I've been thinking about this for a week and kind of what I was going to say, and I've just been filled with gratitude for how great of a career I've been able to have, even though obviously in the end it did not turn out to go my way.
So you are officially done. You will never fight again.
Yeah, unless there's some type of advances in technology. But So just to break this down, when I came back, I had been having hip issues for probably 3 to 5 years ish, somewhere in there. When I came back and started training in December, it got really bad. I visited my doctors in Colombia, who I kept in touch with. That was where I went to college. I went down there, I got an x-ray, and I got a PRP shot. The PRP shot helped significantly with the pain, but not with the mobility at all. They saw the x-rays, and they said, yeah, you're all jacked up, but you can probably just keep going, and whenever you're done, we'll fix it. So in about August, it had gotten pretty bad again, and I went down there, got another PRP shot, and that didn't really help all that much. So I consulted with that doctor, and he said, hey, why don't you get the MRI before your fight? I'll look at it. When you're done with your fight, we'll scope your hip, and that'll give you a couple years worth of relief. And you'll probably need to get the hip replaced at some point. And then, I got the MRI done, and he didn't call me back. He didn't get back to me. I thought that's kind of strange. So sure enough, after my fight, I talked to him. He said, hey, you need a hip replacement. And then I've consulted with he doesn't do that specific procedure. I've talked to 3 or 4 doctors, and all of them are pretty much, once you do that, you're pretty much done.
Wow. And so how does this, actually saying it to the world, verbalizing it, what is going on in your mind right now? How are you feeling about this?
Right now I'm not really feeling too much, but I got really emotional the other day because I just started thinking about all the great experiences I've had, and man, how lucky I have been to have the amount of success that I have. From everywhere, right? From high school state titles to junior national titles to 29 world teams to everything I did in college, whether it's national titles or Hodge trophies, to the Olympic team, to a Bellator title, to a one title, to, even this UFC thing, man, I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to go see if I could do it, because if I never got that opportunity, I think that would have eaten at me as I got older.
And so now that you have to, do you know when you have to have that surgery?
I don't think it's not like imminent, right? It's just,
okay.
And honestly, I haven't really trained. All I've done is 3 yoga classes in the last two plus weeks, and I'm not feeling as bad as I was. It just, when you're training twice a day on something that probably should be trained on, there's a lot of issues there. And then it's not just there is a significant loss of mobility. I just can't. My leg just doesn't move certain ways, and that it used to anymore. And so I don't know. I'm talking to a doctor from New York right now. I'm talking to a doctor from Cleveland right now. My main practitioner in Missouri, he doesn't do the specific type of surgery that I'm going to get, so he's kind of referring me to other people.
How will this affect, because of course you've told us time and again that you're very involved with the wrestling camps, the youth camps, all that stuff, coaching. How will this affect your ability to be a coach?
They seem to think that you can do stuff on it, right? You can live a normal life. but competing would be over and above. And I kind of even push back on that a little bit. I'm like, well, I'm not saying I have to. I'm and even without this hip thing, if there was no hip thing, man, I would probably not be retiring, but I wouldn't be too far off. And I said, listen, I already retired once. I retired in November 2017. And to that point, I had never gotten the ability to fight the top guys. And so when I was offered that opportunity in November of 2018, obviously I jumped at the opportunity. But I was already in retirement. I was already happy doing what I'm doing. And so you can live a normal life from what it appears. Obviously, I always envisioned myself as I got older still doing grappling competitions or wrestling matches just for the fun, to stay in shape, because I enjoy competing. And now, obviously, everyone I've talked to has kind of recommended against that, which is unfortunate.
So would it be fair to say, if this wasn't an issue that you had to deal with, that you would fight at least one more time?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do have a lot of other things I'm really, really excited to go on and do in my life, which, I've probably outlined those in the previous times I've been on here. But, yeah, I think I would. But now when I think back, well, if I didn't have to deal with this hip shit, man, training would be a whole lot easier. I wouldn't have to worry about it. I wouldn't be in pain on a regular basis, and maybe my whole experience would be totally different. Hey.
So there you have it. Ben Askren, for the second time, retires from professional MMA. The first time was in 2017, and this will be the last time. He says he needs a hip replacement. What are your thoughts? Did Jorge Masvidal retire him? Did Ben Askren get into the UFC a little bit too late in his career?